Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus kiki at 9 in the freaking morning. Well, that's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm gonna help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Presented by Hotspots Magazine, happening out television network, the FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show. And I'm broadcasting live and also available on demand on your favorite streaming channels. It's Monday, September 16th, 2024. Welcome! Let's kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed for some conversation. You know Jamal. I wouldn't know what to do with that little booty of his. It's beautiful, though. Our first segment is called Gay Boys Sleep Late. This morning, I'm joined by my gay guy pal, Jamal L. Starks. He's a model, spiritualist, wellness counselor, part of Queer Yoga Club Miami, and HIV activist with Impulse Group, and also sits on the Men of Color Advisory Board for Viv Healthcare. Let's not forget that he walks as Sex Siren in the House of Gorgeous Gucci. You can find him on Instagram at Porcelain, that's PORC3LAIN. Good morning, Jay, and welcome back to my bed, boo. How you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for my kisses. Thank you. I'm so sorry that you had COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, had you had it in the past?
When
When it was cool?
Yeah. During the pandemic, you know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad during like the one that I got just made me really tired and sleepy, and I slept for like 2 or 3 days. But that was it. This one?
Child, it was one of those. Did you have fever and everything?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like this new variant is like out of control. And it's funny because
It's like the Omicron or Monicron or whatever.
whatever.
Emoticon.
The mother of the con. That's what it is.
That
You know, and it's crazy how bad it is now, right? Like how bad you feel, but how the world doesn't give a shit anymore.
No,
you
nobody
know?
cares.
Like during pandemic, if your friend was sick and got COVID, like my bestie Michelle had it like 3 times during the time, right? And I would go put a bag together with like, you know, cough drops and rubbing thing and candles and this and that, and all these beautiful aromatherapy stuff, right? A pillow, a blanket, a stuffed animal, get well soon, a card telling her how much I missed her, all that kind of shit, right? Then I got COVID a couple months ago. No one gave a crap. You don't get anything anymore.
No.
You
You know what I was told? I was so one of my friends invited me to their surprise birthday party. And I was like, "Oh my God, I have COVID." They were like, "You'll be fine. Show up." You'll be fine. Show up.
Show up. Don't make out with nobody.
Yeah.
Say happy birthday. Don't blow out the candles for the birthday person, and we're fine.
We're good.
That's it.
They said, "We'll see you at the party, Jamal." I was like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares
Nobody
anymore. You know, just put a mask on and go, what? Like, remember how like crazy we were? I mean, and for good reason.
I mean,
too.
we had good reason, but now it's, I figured, I mean, after that, it's just going to become part of our lives, just like the flu. Like, oh yeah, the flu. Oh, you're better now.
Yeah.
Oh, God, we see you. But
Yeah. Have you been one to get flu shots in the past?
hell no.
Me neither.
No, ma'am.
Me neither.
Every time they tell me to get a flu shot back in the past, I would be like, okay, I'm going to see what happens. And my coworkers would get flu shots and they would get evilly ill and I would be fine. And so I would be like,
Yeah.
Or I'd get the flu. It'd be very mild. It'd be like, all right, sniffle, bye, stay in the bed for a couple of days and come back. But all of the people who I've known to get flu shots, they always get disgustingly ill.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
so
crazy. Well, because they're basically giving you the flu.
So
you
it
know?
can ramp up your immune
So it can ramp up your
system.
immune system. And for some people, they get sick like instantly. The next day, they're not
Yeah.
well. So it's like, I'm actively presenting myself for you to give me the flu.
Yeah. And I think, isn't that the same with like COVID too?
Some people get really sick and others don't, but there's no rhyme or reason.
You get the vaccine.
And there's a new vaccine, and there's a new booster. Yes, and unfortunately, you already got COVID, so you'll be covered for a bit.
Yeah, I'm good for a while.
But, there's a new vaccine. Look it up.
Half my team has COVID.
Get the correct information. Okay, did you give it to them?
No. We all got it separate. It's so weird. We had a golf homecoming.
Yes. Auntie Mame and everybody. Yeah. Bonnie Builder, you guys were amazing. Great job.
Only three of my, Carlos, of course, is one of my members.
Party boy. Hi, Carlos.
And then the other two showed up, but everybody else has COVID. And we were all in different sectors of people were across the country and different places, and we were like, oh, so who's going to participate? And I get on the meeting screen, and I'm like, all right, y'all, well, the president won't be there. No COVID. And then here comes another one. Oh, I have COVID too. And then here comes another one. I'm sorry, guys. And then the day of, one of my members woke up with COVID.
Oh, my God.
The one that was supposed to help cover.
Oh, my God.
But we got three. Well, Carlos is back from Burning Man. Then we had two manning the table. So, yeah.
Lucky, because, geez, that completely eradicated your whole freaking team.
Oh, my God. The sponsors are...
Okay, but for folks that think that COVID is over, it's not, all right? There is a new vaccine. Go get the information and, protect yourself if you can, okay? And if you get COVID, Paxlovid works, all right?
Yeah, it does.
All right, let's start talking about some stuff, okay? So, first... TikTok star Zachary Wilmore, known for slaying backflips and high heels, has become a powerful voice for HIV awareness. After revealing his HIV positive status last year, he shared his journey of overcoming the stigma. In a recent video, Zach talks about dating with HIV, quipping, quote, "At the end of this relationship, I'll still be HIV positive and he'll still be HIV negative because I take my meds," end quote. Zach reminds followers that love doesn't end with a diagnosis. You are still deserving of love. Fans flooded his comments with support. Watch this.
A lot of people ask me what it's like dating someone HIV negative while I'm HIV positive. At the end of this relationship, whether it's till death or a breakup, I will still be HIV positive and he will still be HIV negative because I take my medication. So once you're in a relationship, it's pretty much the same as everyone else. So the hardest part about dating while having HIV was getting over my own mind. At the beginning of my diagnosis, I was legitimately blocking myself out of romantic relationships because I felt like I wasn't deserving of one. Even when they would tell me that they were okay with the diagnosis, I wouldn't believe them. Because who would ever date someone as gross as me? How long will this last before they realize the mistake that they've made and abandon me? It wasn't until I started believing them and actually allowing myself to be in a relationship that I actually got into one. Because if someone is not okay with you having this diagnosis, then they would not be dating you. Remember that you are still deserving of love. A diagnosis does not change that, especially a treatable one. Like most things in this world, you have to allow yourself to be loved.
TikToker opens up about dating with HIV. What are we all talking about? This is your platform right here. This is what you scream about all the time.
This is what I'm positive. Been that way for 18. Actually, it'll be 18 years on February 2025. So, for my diagnosis. But I've been through the same thing, and in my time, it was even darker because people were not okay with your status. Yeah. And it wasn't even me getting in my own way. Sometimes I had somebody break down and cry and say some stupid shit. I fell in love with you and now I'm gonna watch you die.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was serious about it too,
he was
right?
dead ass. He was broke down and everything. It was his world.
Wow.
It was crazy.
But that's why, what you do over at Viv is so important. Education is key.
Education is key.
Come on,
Education
Google, bitch.
Key.
I mean, geez.
But at the time, we didn't have U equals U.
Yes.
We didn't have
that's
all
true.
of the things.
This is 18 years ago, too.
Yeah, this is 18 years ago. We didn't have PrEP. We didn't have any of that. Mm-hmm. We didn't have, it has come we have come a very long way.
Blessings that we have.
Blessings that we can now have TikTok stars like this beautiful boy, Zach, who I hear he's now in a relationship. Really shedding truth and having light and standing in a very positive, stable mental field with his HIV diagnosis. So I love this. Like, this is great.
Yeah,
this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, you've been doing this for years and years and years. You know, this TikToker got the spotlight for something that has been done over and over and over again, but it needs to continue to be done over and over again.
Yeah.
So people can see themselves in the TikToker or in the subject and go, yeah, I should be proud of who I am, right?
Yeah.
You know, HIV is not a death sentence anymore.
No.
It's a thriving sentence. You know, if you're doing things correctly, right? You know what I mean? Know your status. I was talking to Von Biggs over at Holy Cross, and he knows the disparities within our community. You know, our community doesn't trust healthcare because we've been burned too many times, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
You know, we deal with practitioners that don't know about our community.
No, yeah.
Ask us the stupidest shit.
Yeah. I've been through it. I've told my stories about, you know, practitioners who didn't give a fuck about me, who didn't care about me. And even in certain spaces and positions that I hold, I don't reveal, you know, who I am. I'm just another patient.
Yes.
You know, I am the community. So treat me like any other person in the community. And there are beautiful practitioners out there.
Of course.
And nurse practitioners as well that are just amazing. But yeah, the disparities still live, you know. This is just take care of yourself. You know, I'm on Cabenuva, which is an injection that I just go to the doctor now with my regular checkup, get an injection, get my checkup, and I'm good. The medicine lives in my body.
Is that the every 6 months guy?
Every 2.
That's amazing. Again, like, look how far we've come. I mean, for many of us in our community, it's hard to take a pill every day.
Oh, it is.
You know, I know something so simple to some of you are like, come on, why would it be so hard? It is. Okay? It is. Our lives aren't normal, you know? So just that one thing of remembering to take that pill is often just, it's more important things come in front of it kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
So to be able to do it every 2 months, you know, there's a possibility that will be every 6 months in the future. I mean, that's incredible.
And there's a possibility that it could be IV bag. So you just come in with an IV bag,
get the infusion, and you're done.
And you're done.
And you're done.
And that'll be so beautiful.
That'll be so beautiful, and that's the future. So go to places, right, like Viv, and get the information and care that you need. All right,
HF as well.
There is places out there. Okay, Midland, Care Resource, all these places for LGBTQ+, they're there for that.
Yeah.
You know, to take care of you, right? Knowing your status is the most important thing you can do for yourself, because then you know where you're at, right?
Yeah.
And relationship-wise, right? I know plenty of people living and thriving with HIV, right?
Yeah.
If you meet somebody who can't deal with it, that's their shit.
They're an idiot. They're just an idiot. They're a fucking idiot. Like,
and there's always going to be idiots. That's just how life runs. Life can't run without idiots. Idiots remind us that we're smart.
And rejection is God's alignment for you. You know, you don't see it as rejection. I never see anyone who's like, as I came into my sex appeal and my grownness, you know,
swag,
most people don't. They're like, Jamal, I'm good. But before I even came into this like boldness and stuff, you know, I had a lot of people that'd be like, I don't deal with HIV, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's great. I've had many past relationships that the person was negative, and as he said there, afterwards they were negative. Like I have time again, tested like plenty of relationships, plenty of where they're negative, they have stayed negative throughout the thing, and after me they stayed negative. I don't know what they do after, but after the relationship ended, they were negative, I was positive. And life went on. You know, life goes on, and so what song is that?
I don't know. That was a sitcom, right?
Goes on. What is
That's a sitcom. That's a sitcom of some sort.
Shared it all
as life goes on. Was it Life Goes On? I don't know. Next, Ecuadorian pop star Joan Vera, he's so cute, is stepping out of the closet, literally. In a heartfelt Instagram post, Vera opened up about his sexuality, coinciding with the release of his new single, Closet. Though his parents may not have watched the video, Vera's biggest supporter came through. He is none other than hottie heartthrob Ricky Martin. The Latin pop legend sent a sweet video praising Johan's courage and talent. Martin said, quote, "You're on the right path. Keep shining." Watch this.
Esto es un saludo para el gran Johan Vera. Johan, solamente quiero decirte que estoy muy orgulloso de todo lo que has logrado. Desde el primer momento que te vimos en la banda, sabíamos que tenías mucho ángel y eras muy especial. Mucho éxito, mucho enfoque, mucha luz, mucha paz. Ante todo, creo que es sumamente importante que estés bien mentalmente en tu corazón para poder lograr muchas cosas. Creo que estás en el camino adecuado. Sigue rodeándote de gente positiva, mucha luz para ti, mucho éxito, mucha fuerza, muchas bendiciones y mucho éxito en todo lo que te propongas. Mucho cariño siempre, mucha luz, mucha fuerza. Pa'lante, brother. Todo lo mejor. Abrazos.
Latin pop star Joanne comes out and Ricky Martin is here for it. What are we all talking about?
And we're here for it, right?
And we're here for it. I mean, because it's Ricky Martin. It's funny because I think in English, right? I am Latina, but I think in English. So at the beginning, right, Jay is like, oh, he's doing it in Spanish, right? And I'm like, he is, right? Like, because it's Ricky Martin. So all you see is, so all you hear is sexy, sexy, sexy. I'm sexy, sexy, sexy. I'm Latino. I'm Latino. But what he did say was, I'm very proud of you. You are a warrior. You are super brave in what you're doing. I see everything aligning for you in the right way. Your path is set for you. Keep being with the people that are surrounding you right now because these people uplift you. You are speaking to the right people. You have the right people backing you and you are a light. There are tons of people that right now feel safer because of you coming out. These are all things that Ricky Martin didn't have to say in a video. You know what I mean? He's been out forever.
But he did need to say it because, we've had, Ricky Martin before. And to go back to, my position 15, 20 years ago with HIV, Ricky Martin's position 15, 20 years ago with him being gay.
Yeah.
Totally different world, totally different light, totally different everything. And it's just great because us older millennials and Xers and things of that nature, we're like, yes, new generation, yes. Oh my God.
Come, baby gays, come, baby gays, come.
Please shine your light, do your thing, because it makes us happy. It's like, damn, we did something.
Yes, because and that's probably, how we looked at the people before us, right?
Yeah.
When we look at the Stonewall people and it's like, you mother effers did that. You know?
Did that.
You did that, and it just seems like kind of in our time, everything's gone backwards, right?
Yes.
Which I'm a little embarrassed about, but you folks have been on this journey with us, so to see heartthrobs and instrumental people and popular people come out, we need that shit.
We do. We do. We need them to be brighter than we were.
Every little part. I read a story the other day that Sade, right? That is one of my old times. I was a kid. My mom used to listen to her music. I can't remember the CD, but the CD that you can hear from beginning to end. That was my mom, right? And, she just came out with a new album, or she's about to come out with a new album, and she's dedicated one of her first songs to her son who is trans.
Yeah.
She don't have to do that.
She don't have to do
but
that.
She has to do that.
But
right?
she has to do that. Yes. It's a both and.
Yeah.
I just was watching a TikTok or a reel or something on social media where Toni Morrison was saying, we really need to get back to arts and culture because art is dangerous. She said most of your artists, most of your celebrities that are artists, or most of the most outspoken artists, they were targeted because art is dangerous. Art is dangerous to conservatism
to the right,
and it's amazing for progression in the world, and we have to embrace it. We have to just let it live.
Yeah. So I love this. Great job, Ricky Martin. I love you. Next, a wild new Taylor Swift theory is captivating both Swifties and political junkies alike. It all started when the singer shared an innocent Instagram post celebrating her Eras Tour stop in Warsaw. But Swift's eagle-eyed fans saw something else, a supposed Kamala Harris endorsement. The evidence was a background dancer silhouette that looked suspiciously like Harris. This sent gay Twitter spiraling into theories and conservatives losing their damn minds. But, spoiler alert, that picture was of a dancer. All right? This Taylor Swift, Kamala Harris fan theory is making some folks mad. What are we all talking about? People just love to be mad.
People love to be mad. And X and Twitter. I think Twitter and X is just a place of don't go there for information. Go there for fun.
No, go there for penis pics. I mean,
Yes!
because that's really, the Twitter
Or for JJ or whatever
JJ's
you're
or whatever you
into.
want. Because I remember Twitter kind of started all this, right? When you had to have a certain amount of characters,
Yeah.
right? And it made us use our brains because we could only use that amount of characters back in the day. I can't remember how much it was.
You don't have to use your brain anymore. You can just type in whatever you want.
No, you can literally.
and it said.
You can type in a bad word. You can type in a derogatory word and a racial word, and something will pop up. That is what Twitter is now.
So I just
unfortunately.
stay away from because all these theories, and I remember when Beyonce was on tour, they were coming up with all these theories about, oh, the visuals is coming next. Oh, this is coming next. Like anything that is in pop culture, and you go to X or Twitter, it's just a place of free for all. It's a free for all. I can't believe anything that ever.
No, you can't. You can't. But again, it's really good for porn. You know what I mean?
It's really good.
I mean,
even the porn is starting to slack off.
Is it really?
Yes. Even the gays are starting to complain about the porn because it's all the same. It's all the same looks. It's all the same filming. Everybody's into it. The person next to you is the OnlyFans person. It's like now it's just become normal, and people are trying to do even more eccentric things in their porn to gain traction and keep the money flowing. And it's just it's becoming dull. It's so sad. That's weird. And I was thinking this the other night because I was like, let me look for my porn because I bookmark stuff and then I go back. I was looking for my porn and I was like, oh, everything's the same. And I was remembering when I was that 18-year-old boy searching on AskJeeves.com.
Oh my God!
For any picture.
Oh my God! Ask Jeeves. Wow, you went there.
For any picture that was just to be like, oh, he's fine. Oh, he has specs. Oh, and it would just turn me on. And now I'm like, what is this?
Everywhere. What is this? I saw this 5 times already.
What is this?
Whatever.
This
Whatever.
is not good. Missionary.
Come
doggy,
on.
Your legs in the air. All right.
Come on.
You're going to have to get a sling or something. Do something else.
As a little girl, my parents would get National Geographic, and that's when I would look at. That's how I saw boobs, folks. Okay, it was not.
Me too. I used to go to the library and get the National Geographic books
because they show everything. You know what I mean? The people would just be wearing like the thing, and their thing would be out, or their boobs would be out. It was a free for all. I mean, see, we have so much in common always. Look, Jay's got to calm himself. Folks, the FayWhat Show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 40 years. Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. Next, at the FayWhat Show, we need to help my gay boys. In our segment called Dear FayWhat, I provide my expert lesbian knowledge and my vast experience as a living, breathing gay boy in a lesbian's body to help my fellow gay boys. This week, Allied Auntie sent us an email, all right? Hi, FayWhat and Hot Guy. I'm pretty sure my nephew is gay, even though he's never said anything. It's not like I have explicit evidence, but I've always been super close to him, and an aunt just knows her nephew. Looking back, I think the signs were always there. He never really fit in with the other boys at school and certainly wasn't the jock his dad wanted him to be. He gravitated towards girlfriends and has always been a little reserved. He just entered high school last week and I can tell something's changed. He's distanced himself from the family and seems to have turned even more inward. He used to share everything with me, but now he has a whole private world. On top of that, some of the things he's into lately seems like they might align with my theory. He's obsessed with Ariana Grande, which I'm pretty sure isn't a straight guy thing, right? Please forgive me if this is my own bias. I also saw that he follows some LGBTQ influencers and drag performers on social media. The point is, I'm 100% on his side, and I really want him to know that. I've always considered myself an ally, and it would make me so happy if he felt comfortable enough to share his truth with me. My concern, however, is that he might not be ready to talk about it. If I bring it up, it might embarrass him or worse, make him distance from me even more. How do I convey my support without pushing him to reveal something prematurely? Signed, Allied Auntie. How can we help Miss Auntie, La Tia? What do you think?
This is interesting because high school freshman, that's a
tough time right there. Yeah. All kinds of stuff are moving around and changing.
You don't know.
You got that growth spurt over the summer. Like, it's a weird time.
You don't know when you're gonna be safe to come out. You don't know where your people are yet. So, and I don't remember much about my teenage years because I never thought I was a teenager. I thought I was grown already. I was just waiting for 18. I just said I'm gonna hold everything in until I become 18, and then I'm gonna let everything out because I don't want nobody to know anything.
Yeah.
So I was the private, distance myself, blah blah blah. Everything she described was
you.
Yeah, but auntie support is important.
Yeah.
It's very important. Auntie support is like where most gay boys lean in for the love, the safety, security.
Yeah, because it's mom adjacent.
Yeah. And yeah.
You know, it's like telling mom, but not.
No, and aunties are always supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cool
mommy, you know, but the cool auntie. But sometimes the cool straight aunties want to be too cool.
Yes, and it scares you.
And it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That's my only issue, you know, like. Tia, auntie, I don't think that because your nephew likes Ariana Grande that makes him gay. Let's start there, okay? And
maybe drag queens though.
But not really, because I mean, drag is an art, and if he's following LGBTQ influencers, I mean, my point is that she might be right.
She might be right,
and her gaydar might be on point.
But don't push it.
Exactly.
Don't push it, auntie.
Exactly, because it's
don't
not.
Don't push it.
He's not 28.
No. He's 14,
He's
15.
14 or 15, you know? And that's such a weird time.
Oh, it's so weird.
And you know, and like so Jay said, like that's such a great point. Like in middle school, like you and even elementary school, right? Like you got your crew of people, right? That time between middle school and high school, always some of your close friends move away. Some of them start another school. Some of them, you know, like
they
things
get boobs,
change.
they get growth spurt, they start jocking up or getting muscles, or they start finding new people to hang around with different interests. So you don't have your grounding.
You don't have your grounding yet, especially the guy just started, or the nephew just started high school last week. So give him some time, you know, like, you know, I
let
mean,
him exist in his own realm for a little bit, but just keep a monitoring eye, but a very nice monitoring eye, not too pushy, not too like, you'll come out when it's ready, especially in these times.
Yeah.
These teenagers are bold. Like, listen, I figured it out, I'm gay.
Yeah.
you know, or I'm non-binary.
No, they'll come and explain to you what pansexual is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, which is a blessing that they're able to do that, you know? And it's a weird place to be in, auntie, because you obviously want to show your support, right? You are an ally, and you're an ally, and you're incredible. You probably don't want him to go through any hard times in school, but it's part of the process.
Yeah, it is.
And it hurts and it's uncomfortable, but it ain't got shit to do with you. That's my only
You're
issue.
Right. You're
you
so
know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you've got to figure out a way to be a good sounding board, to let him know that you're there for him without telling him you're there for him.
Yeah. It has to be so creative.
It has to be so creative. You know what I mean? We have prides all around. Maybe invite him to a pride, and maybe say it's for another LGBTQ plus friend that is dragging you to go.
Yeah.
You know, and then you take him along.
Or you go to our house or something.
Or our house, you go to brunch. Yes.
But you can't just take him by himself. You got to go with a girlfriend.
Yep.
You know, me and my girlfriends are going to our house. We think it would be cute.
Yep. Or we're celebrating somebody's birthday at our house, and then that way,
or Palace, or one
Palace,
of them.
and you know, he sees you in that element, comfortable and being yourself and not being weird, and that'll show him that when it's time for him to. You're the place to go.
You're the place to go, yeah. Just make yourself available as the safe house.
Yeah. And that'll be your best place to go, auntie. Pero no te meta. Don't get too involved. All right? Thank you for your email, and keep them coming, all right? Keep them coming. Jay, what do you got going on this week? Are you teaching yoga on Saturday?
I am. I'm teaching yoga Friday, 7:45, Saturday, 11:30, Miami Life Center. This week is the full moon in Pisces. I am a Pisces.
Woohoo!
It is also a partial lunar eclipse, so... Yes, all of the things.
How do you prepare for that? Do you take your crystals out? Do you,
take all my crystals out. It's a partial lunar eclipse, so I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to take a spiritual bath. I'm just going to really just release. There's a lot of things I need to release. And this is a very emotional, spiritual, and it's a very dark one as well.
Oh.
We're being ushered into the autumn winter time. This is the moon that it's like the harvest moon. So we're moving into we need to start getting comfy in our houses. It's been hot.
And the end of the year is coming, you know, and there's a lot of things we don't know about. There's a lot of endings to stuff that we don't know about.
And there's a lot of chaotic emotional energy just going around. Elections and all the other shit and all the things that we got going on. So, yeah.
So
this is the time to prepare.
Okay, this is the time to prepare. Okay, so
get
prepare
your pumpkin
yourself.
spices and your smells and start feeling all fally and autumny and get.
You already had your pumpkin spice.
No, I haven't done it yet.
Well, thank God, because it's only freaking September. You're not supposed to be. I did have some pumpkin spice pop.
It's been 95 degrees down here. Like
I know.
I haven't been in the mood, but I do
you've also
want
been
some.
sick. You've also been sick. Question about that. Okay, so you had COVID. You had, you know, a spot with that. Unfortunately, many of us have gone through that. Spiritually, right? Energetically, right? Especially with the new moon and everything coming up with Pisces. Is there something that you should do if you're coming off sickness or something?
Yes, you should be relaxed. The same thing that I said. You should be releasing. You should be getting back in tune with your body. Yeah, like me. Drinking teas and eating your fruit and all the shit. Just, this is really the time to slow down, which is what my body was telling me. Like, bitch, we need to slow down.
And you know what? When you don't listen to your body, the universe does it for you and gives you COVID.
It gives you COVID. I could have got a tweet. A mail.
You know, somebody could have sent me something saying, hey, slow down. I would have done that instead of getting 104-degree fever.
Exactly.
And losing a pound that he can't afford.
No, I need my titties.
Seriously. Thank
really
you, Jamal. We need your titties. Thank you, Jamal, for being in bed with me. I love you, and I will see you next week. Did you know that Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale. We broadcast their Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. Before I move ahead, let me remind you that the Travel Club is planning Machu Picchu and Peru by train. Departing on September 17th, 2025, and I will be there too. We're going to be broadcasting shows at Machu Picchu, Lima, and a whole lot more. Join us if you love to have fun. Here, take a look. FayWhat Show, we want to introduce you to interesting people who are so important to our LGBTQ plus community. This morning, I'm joined by Key West Aquaplex owner John Barrett and Velvet Lenore in bed. Let's take a look. My guests this morning are the icon, the first Miss FayWhat 2024, so you know, the mama at Lips, Bingo, and Sundays, Miss Velvet Lenore. And we have our new best friend from Aquaplex Key West and Fort Lauderdale, Jonathan Barrett.
Yeah.
Woo! See, this is what happens. See, I already have Velvet trained, John, okay? So Velvet's already been on my show at least 3 times. So she knows that I can't afford an audience yet.
Okay.
Yet, right?
Yes.
So we do our own audience and our own love and everything.
Love
So,
it.
You ready?
Show me the way.
Okay.
Show me the way.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah! And he added the yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What? So Jonathan is a multifaceted individual, originally from Charleston, South Carolina, right?
Yep.
John attended college at Savannah College of Art and Design. He has years of experience in the food and beverage industry, ranging from fast food business to fine dining. So welcome you two to the FayWhat Show.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you,
I'm happy
John,
to
for
be here.
being here. Thank you.
you.
Velvet, you're my sister. You have to be here. All right. So last month, I saw a post that Lips was closing, right? And I was completely crushed, okay? The place where my friends work at, the place where I have been a part of so many events, from pageants to gospel brunches to bingos, was closing after 17 years. The Queens posted about it, all right? There was a story in the paper about it. Social media, all the Facebook groups were screaming about Lips closing. People were sad. I was sad. I immediately made sure I had a reservation for their last Sunday brunch that was going to be August 11th, right? Okay, so I took extra Lexapro and I was ready for that brunch, right? So let's start from there. So, how were the girls during that time, Velvet, when they had announced this, that Lips was closing, but they still had to work?
Sad.
Sad.
We were all sad, but in the same sense, we were like, I think we kind of expected it. We've been waiting for it to come because we feel like the owners kind of forgot about that we were here at Lips. So when it happened, I think a lot of us more in shock because they didn't give us a notice to try to find other jobs, to try to find other things to do with our lives.
Really?
So
How much notice did they give you?
a week.
Okay, so literally they said, wait, you knew they were having issues, financial issues, okay? And so then they said, hey, this is what's going on. We are closing down Lips and you have a week. And you have to work for that last week.
Yep.
And that's all you got.
Yep.
And you were allowed with that information to post whatever you wanted on social media? Because that's when some of the girls, you waited a bit, I
waited, yeah.
Because you were like, and I was like, when the hell is Velvet going to say anything? Were you hesitant?
A lot of people was waiting, but I was waiting to see exactly what was going on because we had mixed
Signals.
information. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Somebody's trying to buy the place. Somebody's not trying to buy the place. I know what's going on. I'm not going to speak until I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So
of
that's
course.
why I waited to the last minute to say something, because once I realized, okay, we're in the clear, now I can say something.
Yeah. Okay. So I heard of girls worrying about their bills, some worrying about the places that they lived. I heard about some franchise corporations offering the girls just a regular job if they needed it because of not having something set up already.
That was the blessing part of this whole thing, was people start reaching out to us for jobs and stuff like that, which...
Wow, I thought they were lying when they told me that.
No, they really were reaching out to us. They would reach out for brunches and different shows and different things, but still we were like, we gotta wait. And I just felt in my heart that something was coming, so I said, I'm gonna wait. And but the thing is, I think it taught all of us something very important: save your money for a rainy day.
Yeah.
We can't be going out there spending the money like we used to. Everybody knows I love my bars.
Yes.
Especially Johnson's.
Yes.
But we have to take this as a learning lesson to say, hey, we got a second chance. Let's save our money. Let's do it right this time.
Yeah. So. Okay, so the girls, something about Lips is that you don't only work at Lips. The girls are allowed to work at other places as well,
We didn't at first.
Okay, tell me about that.
Lips did not allow us to work other brunches and other things. You can work in nightclubs all you want, but I feel like that that's what mostly hurt us and hurt the girls as getting jobs, because people forgot about who we were. And that's why I was so strong-minded about staying in the community.
Yeah.
I was at everything. Everything you was at, I was right there with you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to show me, even if I can't be involved, I'm showing my face. I'm going to say, I'm still here.
I'm still
yes,
here.
I work
Don't
at Lips.
remember me.
Don't forget me. You know, hello.
Yeah.
Tap, tap, tap. You know, because I think that's so important to be involved in community, because you can't, I feel like you can't take and not give back.
Of course.
And I feel like, you know, nothing against the old owners of Lips, but I feel like that's what they were doing. They wanted the money, but they didn't want us being out there involved in the things that we should be involved with, that showed that, hey, we support this, we support that. And they took that from us, and I don't think it was fair.
And how it sounds, it doesn't sound fair. Now, can I tell you something as a patron? Okay, as a patron, not as your friend, not as someone who is friends to a lot of the drag queens who work there. For the last couple of years, I saw Lips running on auto. I haven't seen a GM there in years. Like, what it is, you, Amanda, you know, all the girls
Francesca, Rihanna.
from doing the door, from doing the cash, from running around and serving everybody, from hosting, from performing. All of that. I never saw someone with a little mic going, all right, go to the back and get this person, or let's help here. It was you girls running the whole freaking place. Is that a true statement?
Yeah. We ran the whole place for, well, at least the past 3 years.
Wow. Wow.
But, you know, that's, you know, me and my sisters, we go through a lot, but as a family, because, you know, we all have our differences, but at the end of the day, when it's time to pull together, that's one thing they can't take from these girls that work with me at Lips, is we pull together when it's time. We put all bull crap aside. I'm gonna say bullshit. Put all bullshit aside, and we pull together.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, we all have had our things, but like when it comes down to it, you know, we all got these different ways of doing things, but when it comes down to like nitty gritty, it's like, okay, let's pull together as a team. And that's what I love about these girls, especially like Nicole and Trinity and Rihanna.
Yeah.
And Franny and Amanda and all these girls, you know, Asheria, China, we pull together as a family and we throw the bullshit out the door. You know,
Completely.
and that's what we did.
Completely.
Because at the end of the day, we're the ones that need a job, but we're the ones that need to do what we had to do to survive.
Yeah. Well, and something that I love about you girls is just that. Like, you guys can like ream on each other, and you guys go below the belt like nobody's business. But if somebody goes after your sister or after you guys as a whole,
we ready to
then
fight.
that's it.
We
That's
ready to
it. You're
fight.
ready to fight. So, okay, let's continue this journey. Okay, so the day came close, right, to the last brunch on August 11th, and then bam! Aquaplex saves the freaking day. John and Michael Barrett buy Lips. Okay? So I still went to the brunch and it was fabulous. 2 sold out shows were incredible, and they pulled out all the girls that day. It was crazy. It was crazy. So with all due respect, I bought a house in the past, John, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember it took forever to buy. How is it that it was one day to another and you had purchased Lips?
I really feel like there was a big team effort on both the old ownership part and our own part as well to actually bring this deal together. We, made a couple phone calls. The whole deal actually came about because a mutual friend of ours knew the old ownership and sort of facilitated and helped transition the ownership into our ownership now. I really feel like it was a team effort that made it as seamless as it was, but it's also hard work. I mean, you have to sit down, you have to be in good communication with one another, and I really feel like that's what made it as easy of a transition as it could be.
So you were in communications with the ex-owners already?
Yes.
So you knew that Lips was going to close, that they were planning on doing something with this property. Did you know of all the issues that Lips supposedly had?
We knew about certain things that had been going on, certain difficulties that the old ownership had. We'd also been kind of like a secret shopper. We'd actually gone in and watched several of the shows without the girls really knowing who we were.
Oh, I knew who you was.
Yeah, of course, Velvet knows everything.
Velvet knows everything, yeah.
So we went and we really, it wasn't like going to a typical drag show for us. We were more so looking at it from a business standpoint of, okay, we want to do this here, we want to do that there.
You were staking it out, basically.
Totally. I mean, if you're going in, I mean, when you go to buy a house, I mean,
You look around the neighborhood.
You can look around the neighborhood.
You drive there during the day, at night.
You check the statistics on the internet. You ask people who live there. You see what's around it. We did the same thing really with when we went into Lips. We wanted to see, okay, well, what exactly are we going to need to do? What needs to stay? What needs to kind of change? And we developed our game plan from there. So
you and your hubby bought Aquaplex in Key West about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, and down there you have the Aquaplex that we all know and love that has been there forever. Okay,
Yep.
I wasn't aware that John and his husband had just bought that almost 2 years ago, and you just kept the name for it. And then you also have an additional birdcage. Am I saying that right?
The Birdcage Cabaret is our newest venture with the Aquaplex. So Aqua is more of a traditional drag show where it's more of a freestyle. Every one of the girls does their own performance style, their own looks and things like that. Whereas the Birdcage is more of a grandiose, like Vegas style cabaret experience with like the big, backpacks with the feathers and costumes and all of that kind of thing. So, Key West has a lot of entertainment, but we felt like that was something very special that we could offer, and that was a big group effort with Christopher Peterson, who came on board later last year. So
okay, so Aqua used to be gay. Not Aqua. Key West used to be very gay. Okay, it's not anymore. It's not as gay as it used to be.
There still is a gay community there. There's a gay presence, but from what I've heard and what I've talked to different people about, it's not the same as it used to be.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why, like, just the thought of Aqua closing, right? Like, that could have happened easily almost a year and a half ago. So you and your hubby are just like gay Supermen. Pew pew! I'm gonna save this gay bar. Pew pew! I'm gonna save this drag bar.
There you go.
Pew.
There you go.
Is that what you're basically doing?
Well, it goes back to we're both very big fans of the art of drag. The queens are performers, they're artists, and the stage is where they do their art. They're showing the world what it is that the community has to offer by taking their people's minds off of whatever may be going on with them at the time. And we really need experiences like that in this day and age where there's a lot of uncertainty and people want to have fun.
Yes, and we deserve it. And you're also giving LGBTQ plus people a safe space, Like, people still think of Key West as very gay.
Yes.
And then they go out there and it's a reality check real quick. But if you give them Birdcage and Aqua, we still have those safe spaces to go to, and
Absolutely.
it's fine, And Key West is fun. Don't get me wrong. It just has changed over the years, So like I had touched on before, rumors had it that Lips was in trouble financially for a while. Is this true? Did you buy into a lot of debt?
No, not necessarily. We essentially assumed management of the bar. A lot of the finances and things like that, we've already really settled a lot of that because there wasn't really much to be settled. It was more so just a transition of the ownership, the assets, and that kind of thing. So we're pretty good to go as far as that's concerned.
That's awesome. Velvet, so when the news came, how did the news get to you? Did somebody call you? Did the new owners call you? The old owners? How did that happen?
A message on Facebook.
You're not telling me that you found out how the rest of us found out. No, you didn't.
A message on Facebook. Yep.
Oh my God.
But I'm gonna say this, and I can say this about Lips. Yes, we had our ups and downs at Lips. Yes, things went bad and good at the same time. But at the end of the day, they gave me a honest career for my life that somewhere I never thought I would be for 17 years.
Yeah.
And that's something we can't ever take from the old owners of Lips.
No.
There's nothing we can take from the name Lips. But with that being said, I'm looking for another 17 years when it becomes Aqua.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And with that face, you can.
Absolutely.
I hate her. I'm like, beyond Olive Olay, look at this shit. Like, that's not even fair. It really isn't, What will change when Lips turns into Aquaplex?
So
Valet, please tell me valet. I hate parking at your place.
We are working on parking and valet. That is definitely one of the things that we very first noticed. So aesthetically speaking, we are redoing the interior. Right now, as we speak, actually, we have a team inside the space that are redoing the entire floors.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Those the carpet that got to go. That had to go.
Yeah, that carpet is like Alibi circa 2000. You remember
It
that?
has some history. It has some history for sure. We're incorporating.
If that carpet can talk.
Right?
They
Right?
probably have some stories.
Right?
We're incorporating some newer technology. For example, the backdrop for the stage, we're going to be putting in a LED panel behind it. It's 4K quality, so we can do graphics. We're adding some of the same screens on the outside of the stage as well. We're going to be redoing and rebuilding the bar inside there. Doing a little bit of a revamp of the menu, change up the food a little bit. There's a lot of different things that we have coming down the pipeline, but those are just a couple.
Yeah, no, I could just imagine you've got a lot on your plate. Will you close for renovations at all?
We're going to try and stay open as much as we can. However, depending on what we have to do with rebuilding the bar, permitting, those things like that, we'll close as necessary. For example, with the floors, we did close for a couple of days. It's kind of hard to have a show with the floor being done.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
We're trying to stay open, but we'll close as necessary, basically.
So Michael Goodman is a friend of the show, and his PR firm is incredible. And I know that he, I can't remember exactly, either had shares in Lips or was maybe thinking of maybe buying it when things went bad. Will you still be working with Michael Goodman?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Many times when organizations or stores or anything like that are brought, the new owners clean house. Okay. Are you getting rid of anyone?
No.
No one. Like you're saying, you're being filmed, right, John?
Unless they
Like,
give me
because those girls will come back and be like, he said no one.
unless they give me a reason to.
Okay.
I feel like they came in with open arms and said, okay, this is your chance to show me who you are. And if they can't step up to the plate and do their job, then they have a right to get rid of us. And if we're doing our job, why would they get rid of us? Because we are Lips. We are going to be Aqua. So I feel like they're approaching it the right way with the girls, so we feel safe. And that's one of the reasons they bought the bar is because they love the art of drag.
Yeah. No. Will the girls audition again? Will they have to audition? Will they have to do anything to show their place? Or you're just saying, all right, everybody come back as you are?
Essentially, the girls have been auditioning as we go. They've been doing, like I said, we secret shopped the show several times before we actually took over. We wanted to see what each in particular queen had to offer, because everybody's style is very different.
Yeah.
All of the queens' drag is very different. We wanted to see what each one of them brought to the table, and I think that's what essentially makes this show and the venue what it is each one of the performers going out and doing what they do.
Well, and also the vast extension of all the queens. Like, they cover so much, from gospel, to Susie too, who does like tap dancing. You know what I mean? Like, and everything in the middle. Then Brittany right in the middle. You know what I mean? You really do. No other place aside from Lips has that much substance when it comes to the girls. How many girls do you have in total, Velvet?
I think it's 15.
15.
It's 15
That's
girls.
not a lot of girls. That's not. It's not. I mean, for everything that you guys do,
But it's the biggest cast, I think, ever in South Florida.
Easy.
For example, down in Aqua, we have 8 performers as opposed to 15 here.
And you're open all week there.
Yes, we are.
Will you open all week here?
It really depends. We want to see what would be best for the girls as far as like the schedule, and also what the audience really wants to see. So the scheduling, it could change in the future, but right now that's one of the things that we're going to probably keep the same.
Is there something that you have on a wish list, Velvet, that John and his hubby have already said we're doing?
Adding productions back. Because I love to dance.
You love your dancers behind you.
I love to dance. So when they say that,
Well, and also Velvet got 18 kids and they all dance, so that's why.
18.
Okay, 4.
The last I checked was 109.
You crazy. Okay, so they want to bring back productions.
They want to bring back productions, and they want us to do things with this scream on the back. Oh, just stuff that I love to do.
Stuff that you love.
And the fact they want to bring cabaret in, all that stuff, that's just all my favorite stuff.
Yeah. That's how you walk around and you think about, how can I do a new production? That's how you roll.
I'm insane when it comes to that. I would be sitting at the train, and the train is going by, and by the sound of the train gives me an idea for a show.
I love it.
Inspiration.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's crazy.
Will the girls have to be exclusive to Aquaplex?
So one of the things that we do at Aqua, we have several of our girls that perform at many different venues. A lot of them do pageants and things like that. The exclusivity isn't necessarily something that we focus on, because each queen has their own brands that they present and that they put forward. regardless of what their home bar or their home venue is. So that's not necessarily something that we do. Even down in Aqua and Key West, several of our queens perform all over the United States. Epiphany, she performs in New York and California. She's performed in Greece, all sorts of different places. Elle Taylor does the same thing.
I love Elle Taylor. She's the one with the pointy, right? She's the one that walks on her ballet stuff.
Yes.
She does the aerial sills.
See, I remember her.
So we have a lot of very, very talented queens that do work for us. But, they also have to get out into the world and show them what they can offer. And by extension, they're representing the Aqua brand.
Yeah, completely. I know that Velvet, I had some friends send me texts from Key West saying, Velvet's down here, right? And I was like, what? And then I texted Velvet. Is that going to be a common thing? Will you share girls going down to Key West for special events and vice versa, maybe?
Ultimately, that is something that we're wanting to do as a way of, I think, it's kind of like if you go to the movie theater and you see, it could be your favorite film, but if you go and you watch that film one time, it's great. But if you see it 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times, it's going to maybe lose its luster a little bit. So changing things up is probably a good thing. Different styles of music, different styles of drag. I was actually fortunate enough to run Lights and Sound the night that Velvet was there, and
you run Lights and Sounds too. I love that.
Multifaceted.
All right. Do you know how to make the curry chicken and all that too?
I'm working on my curry chicken. Okay. It needs a little bit of work. I stick more with Lights and Sounds.
I'm just saying,
But yeah, we had an absolute blast. She put on a hell of a performance. So yeah,
I love that.
I had a good time.
Did you have a good time? You told me that you felt welcomed, that they treated you good, that you're.
I know what to do with it. I'm like, what is going on?
She was like, I could get used to this, and I'm like, how are they treating you in other places? I'm like, pobrecita, like, my God, John,
No, it's just that when you walk in a lot of places, some of the queens that, are like the house girls, they like cut their eyes and do different things. I'm not that type of girl. They hired me to do the job. I'm here to do my job. But when I went into Aqua, I felt no negative energy for anybody. Everybody said, oh my God, we're so glad to have you here, blah, blah, blah. But the biggest thing they kept saying, where's your boys? I'm like, I didn't break boys this time. Like, what is going on?
But next time I will, right?
Is that story got around about me already? I got boys around me? Like, oh my God.
Listen, your reputation got there before you did, girl.
It did.
So, John, in case you don't know, and I think you do know, you've got the hardest working queens, like, ever. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with these girls, When I first started going to Lips, I was probably friends with maybe 3 of them. And now I can call them all like family because they're out in the community. They're out advocating. They're telling people to vote. You know what I mean? They don't have to, they really don't. But they just, they are true extensions of Lips and now Aqua. They really do represent you everywhere they go. And they really are the hottest, the hardest girls that work anywhere.
100%.
Girls out there, if you're working at a bar, and you get to just go and put your track in and lip sync and grab your money, understand that you should be having a lot of gratitude for that bar, okay? Because I've never seen girls work as hard as they do at Lips. And for that reason, I want to make sure that we name all the queens from Lips. You ready to help me?
Yep.
Okay. So Amanda, Aaliyah, Susie, Asheria, Nicolette, Rihanna, Nicole T, Phillips, Erica, you.
British J. Fox.
Uh-huh.
Who we missing?
Daisy Dead Pedal.
Daisy Dead Pedals.
Daisy Dead Pedals, okay.
Who else we missing?
Who else?
Trinity Beat.
Trinity B.
Trinity B, uh-huh.
Did we say Aaliyah?
We did say Aaliyah. We'll say it twice because
Rihanna
she
Patron?
got ego. Riri! Oh my God! How happy is Riri with the bar? Can you tell me with the possibilities of the bar? Because every time I'm there, Riri's stuck behind the bar.
I think they're all pretty happy with what's coming down the pipeline. I think they're excited, and like you said, they're all incredibly hardworking. So I think there's a certain level of excitement about everything that's going on.
I bet.
Oh, we can't forget China Hilton.
China! Oh my God, China.
She'll get me. She will get me. China will get me,
China,
Lord.
love
But
you.
You remembered, so we're good.
No, so we're fine. And and to all these incredible entertainers, you are amazing.
Makala.
And you are part of the legacy. Makala, we can't forget about Makala, who I know we're gonna forget about somebody else. And I know they're screaming at the TV right now. And it's not that you're not seen, it's just that I haven't had enough coffee today.
To all the girls, we love
that's
you.
what happens.
Yeah.
But
If we forgot somebody, I'm so sorry.
oh my God. But know that you girls are it. You are Lips. You are the legacy. You are why people keep coming back and why more new people will be coming to Aquaplex to support you. So, so you've been in the house for the last couple of weeks, right? And like you said, you were doing stalking. I'll call it that, right? is there something that you plan to do before sitting in on one of these shows that when you saw how things ran, you were like, okay, this is not going to work here?
So from when I sat in, there were certain things with the sound quality that I wasn't really happy with that I wanted to change. Like I said, I do lights and sound down at Aqua. Certain aspects of the show, we wanted to be able to give the queens a little bit more freedom with the song choices, kind of update the repertoire a little bit, create that diversity as far as, you know, going all the way back to Patti LaBelle, but even as current as like Nicki Minaj, and everywhere in between.
Or Amanda with her Reba. She loves her some Reba.
Ooh, hey, Reba's great.
I love Reba.
I love me some Reba.
Me too.
But I mean, having that kind of artistic and creative freedom with the sets, it keeps the audience engaged. And it keeps the quality of the entertainment up. I mean, it gives people a reason to come back because they're like, I'm not sure if I saw everything that, you know, they had to offer.
Yeah.
So those were a couple of the things that, like I said, with the renovations, we're going to be redoing our sound there, and just trying to. Yes. It needs some work.
A little bit. John, what do you tell the people that say this ain't Key West, bitch?
It's not.
I added the bitch.
It's not. Bitch.
I like him a lot. You were right.
It's not Key West. So when I was growing up, I spent a lot of time going back and forth. I have family in Boca Raton all the way up to Boynton Beach. So I spent a lot of time coming down here. And I've gone everywhere all over the country, from California to Key West to New York. Every place is different. You have to treat it as if it's different.
Yeah.
So it's not Key West.
Yeah.
And we're okay with that.
Yeah. So, you know, let's be clear that LGBTQ plus are who work at places like Agua. You know, but we go to celebrate a special occasion or to support our friends that are working. But the majority of people at Lips Aqua will be straight people. You know, the bachelorette parties and all that. How do you plan on catering to them?
So one of the things that we try to do in particular with the straight audience that's wanting to come in is to offer them an opportunity to be exposed to what the different parts of the LGBTQ plus community that they wouldn't see anywhere else. And drag in itself is one of the biggest things that is that exposure. It's a completely different art form. You know, nowadays there's a little bit more mainstream accessibility to it. But I think with, you know, Lips and even with Aquaplex now merging into one, you're going to get that kind of exposure in a more real now kind of aspect. So
would you consider adding drag kings?
Actually, we already work with drag kings. We did and still do a drag king show at Aquaplex in Key West. We love the drag king community. There's several of them that are actually, we have Joey Knight, who's in town in Key West for Women's Fest right now. It's a completely different facet of the drag community.
Yes, Joey's incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Seeing them perform, it creates this really interesting balance to the queens by adding in the kings to the mix. So that is something we would definitely love to do here at Lips in Fort Lauderdale. So
going back to me saying that you have the hardest working girls, any of them getting a promotion?
Maybe.
Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, yes! All right, ding, 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 Faye got it! Live on film!
Oh, Jesus.
So with, as far as, you know, promotions and different things, we are working on expanding the show. There's going to be people that are going to need to take charge of making sure those productions happen, and Velvet is definitely one of those queens.
Get that coin, sis!
Yeah. So she has a lot of experience with productions and dance and all that kind of thing. So you know, she's definitely helping us put it together, and we're excited to bring it.
I love that. So Lips has been a hub for pageants, nonprofit events forever, so intertwined with our community. Will that continue?
Absolutely. It's very important to be involved in the community. Even down in Key West, we're very involved in the Key West Business Guild, as far as the gay community, and also with the pageants and even nonprofit events. So for example, in Aqua, we have Aqua Idol coming up, which is a locals-based event that works with Sister Season, the local SPCA. we're wanting to bring a lot of that same element to the Fort Lauderdale location. Like Velvet was saying, it's important to be involved in the community because we have to support each other. We can't just take. We have to be able to give and bring something to the community that's special. So 110%, that is something we're looking at doing here as well.
I love it. I love it. John, can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
The white hair on your head. Mm-hmm. Did you not have that a couple of weeks ago before you started at Lips?
Oh, no, it's been there since I was
Oh,
16.
okay. I had to check because South Florida does that to you.
They don't get credit for that. That's been there. That's been there.
Well, then I freaking love that.
Thank you.
Like, that is so cool. Michelle Visage, watch out. Look at
Uh-oh.
this. Look at this.
I ain't coming for you, Michelle.
Wow.
I ain't coming for you, Michelle.
Wow, Jonathan, please send our love to Michael and please tell him to to have a speedy recovery from his hip surgery that we're all pulling for him.
And we appreciate it.
And that if he needs to do the other hip, do it soon. Okay, because then you have one good hip and one bad hip, and then sex sucks. For real, just saying, But please send our love to him. Velvet, keep kicking ass, girl.
Thank you.
You know how much I love you.
I'm trying.
I know.
Ain't no
girl.
trying, you
Listen,
doing.
You are doing. Ain't no trying. You're doing. Listen, whenever I get tired and I'm like, I can't keep on. These mother effers don't appreciate me. I don't want to do this shit no more. Then I go and look at Velvet doing 18 things in one day, and I'm like, bitch, get out of bed and go do your job. You know what I mean? So there's that, all right? So be on the lookout for more information on Aquaplex. And please follow them on social media. And do we have any insight on maybe when you'll have the new name?
We're hoping between the next 3 to 5 months, we'll have everything rebranded under Aquaplex. Things like that. They're a process, a work in progress. So there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that are going to dictate that, but it's going to be coming soon. Very soon.
So coming soon, and we don't know that. But right now, still support our girls.
Absolutely, 100%.
Still go to all the shows.
Yeah, go
to
Facebook,
bingo.
go to Instagram, and hit these girls up and show them some love and show them that you're here to support us.
Absolutely.
So still follow Lips though for that information until further notice.
Absolutely.
Right? Until you see that it says that, now move over to Aquaplex, okay? But just stay tuned to know what the F is going on, basically, right? So go support everybody. I'm going to have Amanda Austin and Velvet Lenore come back in bed with me in a couple months right before the grand opening that hopefully I'll be invited to.
100%. You know it.
We'll think about it.
I got you.
See how she treats me?
I got you.
And I love it. And seriously, I love when she beats me. All right, so now I need both of you to go into look in that camera individually and say, Faye, what?
Faye, what?
Faye, what?
Faye, what? Faye, what? I love that. And then one more time, say, I gotta reference your pin here, Miss Velvet. Last question. Thank you for the boob shot. Last question for both of you. Voting this year important?
Absolutely.
Yes,
100%.
it's really important. This is the most crucial year we need to vote. We need to vote.
Okay.
If you love drag, you need to vote. It's that simple.
We have to look out for our community. Voting is the number one most important way you can do that.
Okay, so you heard it from their voices, so it's not just always me screaming at you to vote. You see what I'm saying? So follow Aquaplex, Birdcage, Lips on social media. Thank you for being on the FayWhat Show, John. Thank you so much, Ms. Velvet. I love you both. Or I love you already.
I love
dude.
you.
I think we're gonna be good friends.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Oh,
Next time
I see trouble.
next time you gotta bring your hubby in bed too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll do a throuple there.
To be continued
And
kind
then,
of thing.
yeah, see, and then I'll be the brown filling. I love you guys. We'll be right back. So that's the FayWhat Show. I hope that you had fun. Thank you so much to Jamal L. Starks for being in bed with me. Make sure that you follow him on social media at Porcelain on Instagram. And thank you to Aquaplex's owner, John Barrett, and of course, Velvet Lenore for the interview today. They were awesome. I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. It's often hard for us girls, but if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open every show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity. It is what makes us so damn strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. Follow FayWhat. And since you're always on the go, you can listen to The FayWhat Show wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search The FayWhat Show. Until next Monday World at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand. I'm FayWhat, and I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay. Love you.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled tea dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too.